Arman and Ria. Theirs was a love story for the ages, a chance meeting in a bustling city, a shared glance across a crowded room. It was instant, a connection, a pull neither could deny. They were two souls destined to intertwine. Their love blossomed against the backdrop of their bustling city lives. They were a whirlwind of laughter, shared dreams, and stolen kisses. They built a life together, brick by brick, their love the mortar that held it all together, their home, a testament to their shared dreams and aspirations. He, a writer with a soul as deep and mysterious as the ocean. She, a painter, her life a vibrant canvas of color and emotion. Their differences, rather than pulling them apart, only strengthened their bond. They were the yin to each other's yang, two halves of a whole. Years passed, their love deepened. They were living proof that some loves were forever, or so they thought. The change was subtle at first, a missed phone call here, a late night at work there. Ria's once bright and carefree spirit seemed to dim ever so slightly. Arman, ever the attentive partner, noticed. Her art, once a vibrant explosion of color, became subdued, muted, as if a shadow had fallen over her once vibrant world. He saw the change in her eyes, too. The sparkle, the joy that had always been present, now flickered uncertainly. He tried to talk to her, to understand, but Ria, always a private person, kept her thoughts and feelings close to her chest. She brushed off his concerns, attributing her weariness to the demands of her burgeoning career. Arman desperately wanted to believe her. He clung to her words like a lifeline, but deep down a seed of doubt had been sown, a seed that would soon grow into a monstrous vine, threatening to choke the life out of their love. Arman couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Ria was distant, preoccupied. The late nights at work became more frequent, the missed calls more noticeable. He hated the suspicion that gnawed at him. Hated the way it twisted his gut, turning his love into a bitter cocktail of resentment and fear. His friends noticed the change in him. They offered platitudes, empty words meant to soothe his growing unease. "She's just busy, man, don't overthink it." But their words rang hollow in his ears. He knew deep down that something was terribly wrong. Then came the whispers, whispers of late-night meetings, of hushed phone calls, of stolen glances and lingering touches. At first he dismissed them, lies spread by jealous minds. But the whispers persisted, growing louder, more insistent, until they became a deafening roar he could no longer ignore. One night, unable to sleep, driven to the edge by suspicion, Arman decided to follow her. He trailed her car through the neon-lit streets of the city, his heart pounding in his chest, a knot of dread tightening in his stomach. She led him to a small, dimly lit restaurant on the other side of town, a place he had never been before, a place they had never been together. Section 4, the confirmation. He watched from across the street as she walked into the restaurant, her laughter echoing in the night air, a sound that had once been music to his ears, now pierced him like a shard of glass. He saw him then, the man from the whispers. He was tall, with an easy confidence that seemed to draw Ria in. They sat at a table for two, tucked away in a corner, intimate, secretive. Arman felt a surge of bile rise in his throat as he watched them. They laughed together, their heads bent close, their bodies touching. The confirmation hit him like a physical blow. His Ria, his love, was with another. He stumbled back from the window, his legs feeling like lead. The world around him seemed to spin. The laughter, the music from the restaurant, all faded into a dull roar. He stood there for what felt like an eternity, his heart a leaden weight in his chest, his mind a maelstrom of conflicting emotions. He wanted to storm into the restaurant, to confront them, to scream his rage and pain at the top of his lungs, but something held him back, a strange sense of detachment, as if he was watching a scene unfold from a movie, his own life playing out before his eyes. Section 5, the weight of silence. The drive home was a blur. The city lights, once so vibrant and full of life, now seemed cold and unforgiving. He walked into their apartment. The place that had once been their sanctuary now felt like a prison. The air was thick with the scent of her perfume, a cruel reminder of what he had lost. He found himself standing in their bedroom, staring at their reflection in the mirrored closet door. He looked haggard, his face drawn, his eyes hollow. He looked like a stranger. Beside him, Ria slept peacefully, her face serene and untroubled. He wanted to wake her, to demand answers, to scream and shout until she felt the same pain that was tearing him apart. But he didn't. He couldn't bring himself to disturb her feigned innocence. He knew then that he wouldn't confront her, not yet. He would wait. He would watch. And when the time was right, he would make her pay. He lay down beside her, careful not to wake her, and stared up at the ceiling, the weight of her betrayal pressing down on him, suffocating him. He lay there all night, trapped in a prison of his own making, the silence deafening.